Hey guys, it's Music Ninja Matt here, and today we are here to talk about WWE Battleground. So as you saw, last time I made a WWE video, it was about Money in the Bank, and I'd just got back into wrestling, and now it has become a regular thing. I'm watching the pay-per-views again with friends from work, so this is Battleground, or at least it's the points that stood out to me. So straight off, we did not watch the pre-show because they talked about it later anyway, and if we can avoid watching the pre-show, we do, because they're awful. They really are. Great opening video package. I love the WWE video packages for their pay-per-views. They just always look great and have good music most of the time. So we had the Divas tag team match, and Bayley showed up, which was awesome, and I said it would be Bayley. A lot of people thought it was going to be Nikki Bella, but I was like, obviously Bayley will turn up, the faces will win, that kind of stuff. However, there was some confusion because a lot of people were like, so Bayley's on the main roster. However, this wasn't her main roster debut, it was just a one-time thing. And all in all, it was a fun match. There's a lot of these women's matches I'm not so much like, wow, blown away by it. They're usually the one-on-ones, but their tag matches can be fun, and this was one of them. With the New Day versus the Wyatts, I looked at this angle and I couldn't tell if I found it really cool or really silly. And the more and more I look at Rowan, the more I just think like he's not a good talent. He's no Luke Harper. I enjoyed the storytelling aspect of how you had Xavier Woods have his fear towards Bray and the way they told that, and how he got himself fired up later on to fight against Bray. However, even though he did fight against Bray, he ended up getting pretty much flattened. And it was funny how, after the match ended, Eric Rowan stepped over and walked over the top of Woods. I thought that was just funny. And I'm fairly certain in that one that Woods wasn't the legal man, and this seems to be becoming, especially in New Day matches, a thing on pay-per-view. Zack Ryder came out and he finally had that cool, unused, more metal theme version of radio, and I love it. What I liked was Zack didn't get flattened. He had a chance to get his moves in. His drop kicks, just his high-risk missile drop kicks, always look great. He was able to hit his finisher, and then obviously he just got more and more into it, really wanted to put Rusev away, and even when Rusev locked in his submission, I like how it looked like Zack might break out. I was freaking out about it. Obviously Rusev was able to lean back, Zack tapped out, and then the squash kind of started to happen, and Mojo Rawley shows up. Woo, a guy I really couldn't give a crap about, a guy I don't want to see in a tag team with Zack. And yeah, even Rusev looked at him like, who the fuck's this? When it comes to Mick Foley as a GM, Mick's all over the place. His mind's just not in the right place. He stumbles over himself a lot. And I'm just like, it's not quite Commissioner Mick from back in the day. Sami Zayn, Kevin Owens, a match that was definitely, for me, match of the night. Sami had a little bit of a botch, but they kind of pulled it off where he went to kind of backflip off the ropes, and he didn't get it all, but Kevin kind of leaned into it so his foot connected. Some of the exploder suplexes Sami was hitting, just throwing Kevin Owens all over the place, hitting them really hard, looked really good. We had a brain buster on the apron, they were just pulling everything out in this match. I loved the emotion at the end. It made sense for Sami to hit the two haluva kicks, because he hits the one and then there's that moment where he's looking down at Kevin and you're not sure if it's rage, if it's sympathy, but he hits the second one and gets the win. It was just great. Talking of the pre-show, they were like, Breezango won. Okay, Natalya got a win on this one, and Natalya's somebody who just, I feel, has gotten to the point, after angles she's done, like the farting angle and everything, it's over for her. You can't push her, you can't do anything with her. When it comes to people on the mic, somebody I'm finding a little bit cringy at the moment is Daniel Bryan when it comes to him on the mic. However, somebody like Dean Ambrose, I think Dean is still smashing it on the mic, still really entertaining. The Miz and Darren Young match, not only was this match just dull, the ending was just piss poor, with Bob Backlund and Maurice, and it was so ridiculous. And they just built Darren up for no reason at all here, really. Another instance as well in this pay-per-view where Enzo Amore proves he is an absolute god on the mic and highly entertaining. I realised with AJ in his match though, even though it was a tag match, he wasn't quite blocking moves the way he was in Money in the Bank, where he was just so on point, countering everything. They've kind of let that slide now, but I really enjoyed watching that. There were some weird botch-like moments. There was a moment where Cena kind of has Enzo and just kind of passed him over, and there was a lot of stuff like that where I was like, what are you doing? I just don't like how often tag matches are breaking down on pay-per-views. Like, I get it, it's a classic bit of tag team wrestling, but it doesn't need to happen all the time. Why can't we just have a nice, crisp tag team match? Chris Jericho, I said before about how I don't know how to feel about his new gimmick. Really grown on me. I think Chris Jericho works so well as a heel, and I loved how in this segment Randy comes out and Randy Orton was cheery, and it was weird to see him. He looked generally happy to be back, and he made a good point. I mean, Randy kind of hinted at what we were all thinking about Chris put Fandango over and they did nothing with him and all this kind of stuff. And of course he made that Brock comment about no enhancements needed, which I was just like, did anyone let Brock know he was going to say that? When it came to the main event, I mean, this is the Shield triple threat we've been waiting for forever. Roman again, shat all over by the crowd, doesn't at all surprise me. You did have some cool spots. You had big moments like the splash, the double powerbomb to Roman when Seth and Dean kind of teamed up. That was awesome. But it was a weird one. So, like, Dean won, and that was cool. But, like, it fell short for me. It felt like there could have been more out of this match. I liked, however, how SmackDown celebrated at the end. Like, this brand pride thing is what I want to see more of going further into the brand split. That's what it should be. So that was kind of everything that I really cared about from Battleground. It was okay. I mean, Sami Zayn, Kevin Owens, the saving grace of it. Matches like the Shield triple threat that should have been huge just fell flat for me. But it was okay. So guys, that's been my opinions on Battleground 2016. Don't forget you can go in the description, check out those links, details on competitions and all that other good kind of stuff. Don't forget to give this video a thumbs up. You can also leave a comment, you can subscribe for more, and I will see all of you in the next one.